You can put it on your Facebook Messenger. You can put it on your landing pages. I had one on my email system. Down the bottom where I had my signature, I had my Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube channel, and then I had another button that said, if you want to speak to me now, click here.
This is the Business Owners Smashing It Online podcast for entrepreneurs and business owners looking for cool online tools, apps and strategies to make business easy online. My name is Nick Cree and I'm your host. Each episode features a guest expert demystifying the online universe, sharing inspirational ideas and providing tested real-world strategies to help you get the most of what's available online to grow your business today. Don't be a slave to your business. Get your business working for you. Subscribe now and get some great content and ideas for you and your business today. All right. Well, look at that. We're at up past on the hour. So this is the time that I get to do a bit of learning as well. So I can sit back and really enjoy some of the information that's coming my way. We've got Steve Pfister sitting, I don't know quite where he's sitting for you, but he's sitting on the top left-hand screen for me. And he's going to talk tonight about why automating Messenger or in Messenger will help you to grow your business. So just to give you a bit of background about Steve, he is a certified automation specialist and a messenger expert. He's done the hard yards in business. So he has knocked on doors, done cold calling. He's been a salesperson, selling a whole range of products in his career. He actually has a local newspaper, and he taught advertising when he joined that newspaper. And he was the number 2 rep. Oh, he was, sorry, the number 1 rep for 2 years. So he's worked in the newspaper industry. He's been an entrepreneur since 2005. And he started his own magazine. So he started that from scratch by knocking on people's doors and really built it from there. He managed to sort of see his way through the global financial crisis by making some changes in the magazine. It's been running for 12 years, and it's a 6-figure business or past 6 figures. And he's got a whole lot of other extra products and things that he includes in that as well to help clients, including an app, a business directory website, and he's got sort of 3D pages with some software that he's managed to acquire from on the other side of the globe in Switzerland. So he's the magazine is really a community magazine, sponsors school fetes, got a mascot as well too that appears at some events. But it wasn't really sort of till 2016 that he started his digital agency. And the aim of that agency was to help local businesses with their automation. So he's been in this automation field since 2016. So he's been building landing pages, setting up email automation, helping people write their copy, which obviously links back to when he was in his advertising days. But the real turning point is when he discovered a whole new system there, which really transformed the lives of some business owners with the results that he was able to get them, save them a ton of time, ton of money, and that there really is about automation with Messenger and some of the bots. And that's going to be his topic tonight. So Steve's got a heap to share with us tonight. He's very knowledgeable, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome him on tonight. So let's give Steve a big round of applause.
I'll unmute myself.
Excellent. That's always a good start.
Thanks, Nick.
You're on fire now.
All right, I worked it out. Geez, this complex stuff. All right. Automation, chat marketing. Like Nick said, I've been building bots since 2016, 2017. That's when they first really started. When they first started, a lot of people had no idea what a chatbot was, and a lot of people were scared of them, but that's not to worry. But what I want to talk about is automation and how it changes our lives. Like a lot of people might remember my grandma and my mum washed in a tub, and my wife puts it in a washing machine and she sits down and has a cup of coffee and enjoys her life. And this is what automation is doing for us. When we had the car industry, they used to have hundreds of people working on the lines, building these cars. And now we've got robots doing all the work for us. And that's basically, what's happened with the world. We're changing. Like, the banks have got ATM machines. There's you have to run out from work at 4 o'clock to make sure you get to the bank before it closes, because you can go to the ATM any time and get your money out. So it really is there to make our life easier. Like, I remember seeing these in movies. And now when you ring up a business, they go, press 1 for this person, press 2 for this, press 3 for that. It's all automated, and it's all there to make everything that we do a whole lot easier. But what I found, the corporations and the big businesses have all gone down this way, and they've taken it on and really run with it. But entrepreneurs haven't so much. And it's because a lot of entrepreneurs work by themselves, and they don't really have the knowledge, or they don't know. And there's the old saying, you don't know what you don't know. So they've sort of been dragging their heels maybe, or left behind and not worried about it. Not like 17-year-old kids that just start clicking and changing things, and you're like, oh, don't click that. It's too late. They've clicked and they're moving around, and they'll fix it later. I'm a bit more conservative. I don't click and do something until I really know what it's going to do, because I hate fixing messes up. So a lot of people will use email automation, and that's a really good start. Like, so many people don't even do emails. I remember when I had my magazine, I had a lot of local businesses. There was probably a couple of hundred of them. I collected all their cards in a big bag, and I had them in an Excel spreadsheet, and I used to copy it into Outlook, change the name, press send, copy, paste, send, copy. And I would spend 5 hours sending these emails out to everybody, because I didn't know any better, So now I've got email automation. I go, one message, click, bang, send, gone. Thousands of them. And the same with the messenger bot. The beauty of a bot is it can talk to thousands of people at once. When you're in Messenger and someone messages you and you start talking, it's a one-to-one conversation. If someone else comes in, they're going to drop in underneath, and then you're going to have a second section open up, and you'll be typing in here and then typing in here. With the bot, it's just going through, and it's going bang, 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 bang. It's sending messages out, and it can send hundreds at a time So that's one of the really cool things about a bot. So that's what we're here to talk about, is the bots. And I'm going to go through to it. Because when I first started, like I said, people went, I don't like bots. I remember talking at a networking group down in the Gold Coast, and this guy came up to me and he went, oh, most of my people in my group that I deal with are really old, and I don't think they'll understand how to use a bot. And I went, well, they don't have to. They don't do anything. I said, if they can click on a homepage and open up a website and navigate a website, you can navigate a bot. They don't have to do anything. The bot does all the work. They just ask the question and click the buttons and watch it go through its thing. So it's not a scary thing, and it's not a hard thing for people to sort of get their head around. And again, like Nick put out there before about the personal thing, I guarantee you that a lot of people have spoken to bots and haven't even realized it, because a well-written bot makes it sound like it's just a natural conversation. And that actually came up in the early days of bot building, where people said, one guy came into the group and went, oh, I've just got blew up by a guy because he was talking to my bot for about 5 or 6 minutes, and then he realized it was a bot, and he felt like an idiot because he was talking to a robot and not a person. What am I going to do? And then people were saying, well, why don't you say, hey, I'm Steve's bot, my name's John, and I'm here to help you. And then they go, oh, I'm going to talk to a bot. So, and the jury's still out on that. It's neither here nor there. But the beauty of it is it will change how you do your business, and it'll make things a whole lot easier for you. You can automate a whole range of things, and it's a really powerful tool. So here's my little graphic here of the Botman. You can make it as simple or as complex as you like. My very first bot I built was, it was called Aussie Chatbot. And what I did was I spent nearly 3 weeks building this structure. And I had 5 bots in one. So you could come into it and you could click I'm a beauty therapist, and it would basically open a beauty therapist bot and show you everything they could do. It'd have photos of the salon, it'd have photos of them doing procedures. You could book a time. It had how to find us on the Google Maps. Then I did one for travel, one for restaurants. There was 5 of them, and including my own, within this massive bot. But it doesn't have to be that. You can do something as simple as just a lead magnet bot where it's just click here, read this, click this, get it, and it's done. It's done in 2 minutes. So it's a range of things you can do. So we can do a lead magnet bot. Like Nick was saying before, if you've got an ebook or something you want to give away, if anyone was here a couple of weeks ago, my wife, Irene, she spoke about Reels, and she gave her ebook away, and we did it through the bot because her and Nick went, just while they were doing their 15-minute pre-talk, he goes, have you got a giveaway? And she went, oh yeah, I have to get my landing page. And I went, oh. So I quickly threw a bot together, linked up the Google Drive straight into it, bang, it was done in 5 minutes, ready to give to Nick for her to present at the end of her presentation. I can build a quiz bot, and that's a really cool way to interact with your customers. So I'll go through here. So here's one of my little mascot men, my bots, and explain what it does and where it goes. Okay, so basically a bot to start off with is a line of code, like a URL. Just like you'll put in your landing page URL, you'll have a bot URL for it. It can go onto your website. So you've seen those little messenger things at the bottom of websites. You can use it for Instagram now, WhatsApp. You can put it on your Facebook Messenger. You can put it on your landing pages. I had one on my email system. Down the bottom where I had my signature, I had my Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube channel, and then I had another button that said, if you want to speak to me now, click here. And if they clicked it, it opened Messenger, and I'd get a notification to say someone had clicked it. I'd hear the ping, and I go, hi, and I can instantly have a conversation with the person straight in Messenger from an email. So there's a whole lot of fun things you can do, and people love the interaction. Like an email is, I'm giving you all this information, and I'm hoping that something that I've written in this email is going to resonate with you to want to email back or to ring me up and go, hey, I want to talk to you. When with a bot or in Messenger, they ask a question, you answer it. They ask another question, you answer. It's an interactive conversation, and they're getting everything answered as you're going straight through Messenger. The beauty of the Messenger bot is it's a separate identity to Facebook. So yes, they're connected, but just like Instagram separate to Facebook, Messenger is separate to Facebook. So you don't necessarily have to have a Facebook account to have a Messenger account, to have a Messenger bot, but they all work together. This was my welcome message flow. So what I had on this is my Aussie Chatbot flow. When people would first come to the bot, I'd go, hey, hey, I'm Aussie. I'm here to answer all your questions. There's a picture of the little bot there, and I had 100% delivery of it. I had a 99.4% open rate, and I had a 56% click-through rate on it. And that was just a welcome message. If I was doing a promotion, you could get up to 80-90% clicks on the thing. But the beauty of it is, because it's not because it's straight in Messenger, when people hear the ping in Messenger, they go, I've got a message, and they'll go and have a look at it. With emails, it goes into the email, it goes through, and they've got all these emails, and they have to check their emails and see what's what and whether they're going to be interested in opening it or not. Don't get me wrong, I love emails and I do email automation. I do both. And I always say to people, your email list is gold. Like, you have to have an email list, because if something happens to Facebook or whatever, you're in trouble. So your email list is your property that you own, and you can use that every day of the week. But use these tools to get the emails and put them onto your email list. Okay, so when somebody lands on my bot, this is the back of my inbox in the new, I think they call it, is it the Metasphere or something, Nick, do you know?
It's Meta something or Metaverse. The Metaverse.
Yeah, the new Metaverse. It's all changed. So here's my inbox. I was mucking around with an onboarding system. As you can see, like here's these other people here. I am here. Over here, can you see my little on the top right? It's got Steve Pfister view profile. Then it's got my profile highlights of who I am, and I can add some tags there, but that's not really relevant because what it does is if I click that, it opens up my profile straight away. So this is the key difference of why I use Messenger and bots in my business, because if I have a form, and I think that's my next, I know, I'll go back one. The beauty of it is, if they click on the bot, I can see who they are. I can then have a look at their profile and learn about them before I make contact with them to talk about how I can help them. If I get an email and it's john@yahoo.com, I have no idea who John is, what he does or what he's up to. And I'm going in blind to say, hey, John, thanks for requesting this. How can I help you? Can you tell me a little bit about your business? And start that day by day, because they're going to check their email. Then you've got to check your email. And you can spend days doing something that I can do in an hour on my bot because we're pinging backwards and forwards on Messenger. So it speeds the process up of the interaction because it's bang, 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 bang. So this was a classic. This is the thing we've got to remember is everyone's online. A lot of people now, they'll work all day. When they're finished, they go home, do the dinner, put the kids to bed, relax, chill out. Then they'll go, oh, I want to plan my holiday. I want to look for that new car. I need to look at this. I'm going to buy some furniture or whatever. They get online and they start looking around at things. They go to websites, they Google stuff. But the owner of the business is not there. They're at home doing their own thing. Or it could be someone in America. If you're a global company that are working on a totally different time zone, so you don't get to talk to each other unless you stop at 1 o'clock in the morning. So this was done at 6:30 at night, and I went to this dental surgeon guy, and it said open tomorrow. This guy's got a bot, and he says open now. So if I'm looking and I'm thinking, oh great, I have a question I want to ask. I can't ask this guy, but I'm going to ask this guy. He's open. So I get there and I open it up, and it says open tomorrow at 9:30. End of story. He's gone. He's no good to me. This guy's gone, hey, welcome, Steve. Join our, and I've crossed out their name, and I click to open the bot. It comes up. I can make an appointment. I can get directions. I can ask about their services. There's all their services here. So I can keep clicking and work my way through and find out what I want. Family dentistry, teeth whitening. Over here, we use the local experts in teeth whitening. They got a special on for $150. You can watch a video on what they do, or you can click the button and book an appointment to get your teeth whitened the next day. This is the beauty of the bot, and I like Nick said today in one of his comments. He said, the person who answers first more than likely will get the job. So if you're looking to get your teeth whitened and you've gone online at 7:30 or 7 o'clock at night, and you've looked at the first dental guy and he's closed, and then you've come to this dental company, and all of a sudden you can, and you can meet the dentist, and he can, and then you look at what products they've got, and then they've got a special offer. Boom, you're in. They're done. This guy's lost it. He's got nothing. That's the beauty of having this chatbot on your page. So this is a classic. This is a guy down on the Gold Coast that I know, and this is his form on his website. And he's gone, be awesome and use your real name and an email address for me, because a lot of people will have a Yahoo account or a Gmail account, and they collect lead magnets or they make inquiries, but they don't want to get on people's email lists. So they kind of do it in a sneaky way and have a secondary email list. So, that's what, but you can't do that with the bot, because I'm looking, here's my bot here. Here's the dashboard of my ManyChat system that I use. Here's my contacts. I blurred everything out because I think Nick was down here. Oh, there you are there, Nick, blurred out. I know male, female, subscribed, and when they subscribed, I can take it another level and I can see the tags. So if you've clicked on email automation, I see you've clicked on that. If you've clicked on a book and taken one of my ebooks, I can see that. And it categorizes them, just like you were talking about the CRM system. It tags people into different areas so that you can go in and find out who they are and where they're going to. So I've got this, and luckily I was at your live event this afternoon, Nick, or this morning when you did live and you were talking about what I was going to talk about. And you went, oh, Steve's going to show us how he saved 200 leads so using a bot. I'm like, oh crap, I hadn't put that in. So I had to go and talk to Irene and refresh my memory on what we did. We ran an advertising campaign for a company on the Gold Coast called Just Better Care. I don't know if you know of them, but it's a fairly big franchise that do home care for older people. And they ran a competition to give away some home care to people. And we went in and won the tender to help them with that. There was radio and local TV and newspaper. And they said that 70% of all their leads came from our Facebook ads and our bot, and the rest came from all the other things. So they dropped everything else and ran the second month just using our bot and our ads. But what we found was we had the ad with the competition, click here. When they clicked, it went to the bot and it went, hey, thanks for clicking to enter the competition. Can you please fill out a few questions for us so that we know whether we can help you or not? And bang, it went to a form with a whole lot of questions. And what I found was I'm sitting here watching the campaign. I've got 50 clicks, and I'm like, I've only got 30 forms filled out that have gone in. Something's happened. So I've gone into the system. I've gone, right, John filled his, that's done. Mary did it. Some people had stopped with the form. They hadn't put their form in. So I messaged the girls in the office at Just Better Care, and I said, you got to get onto your messenger and have a look at these people here. They have not filled out their forms. So they messaged these people directly, because you can still get into Messenger even though it's the bot. And they said, oh, we saw that you went to enter our competition and you started filling out the form, but you didn't complete it. Did you have a problem? And they go, oh yeah, I got stuck on question 5. I didn't understand whether you wanted this or this. I don't understand it. And they go, that's all right, we can help you. And it seriously happened 200 times. I said, you need to change some of the questions, like these guys are getting stuck. But it saved the lead because we could tell that they clicked and we could see who they are. If that was an email, we would have just got an email, it would have gone into the system, and we would never have worked out who's who in the zoo. But because we could see and we could match it up, we managed to save those leads, and we did it instantly, like on the spot, and we could talk to the person in real time and solve their problem. And that's the beauty of the bot. Even though you've got a bot and it can start, it will kick in and start talking, you can take over from the bot and answer questions. I had a lady in Southport who had a beauty salon, and I built her bot 4 years ago, and she rang me up. She goes, oh my God, I was sitting there, I hear ping, ping, ping. And I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, all these people are on my bot talking and clicking and looking at all these things. And she said, then I saw this lady who's one of my really good clients. So I went, oh, hi, it's Anne here, da, da, da. And she went, oh my God, how are you? What are you doing here? And she took over the conversation from the bot. So although I can do it automatically, you can interrupt it and take over. It's not a problem. But what she found was people would go to her site, click on the bot, open it up, look at the different things that she offers, and then hit her appointment book and book an appointment for the next day. So she'd go into the office the next day and she'd have 2 or 3 bookings already done from people that had been on the bot the night before and looking at what she was doing. And it's the same with your website. I know you were talking before, Nick, about the little messenger on the bottom of the sites. Facebook gives you one that just has some questions and some answers. It doesn't really do a lot, and it's not really that interactive. With the messenger bot that we're doing, what I normally do when I've got a new client, I'll sit down and say, what are your 10 or 15 most frequently asked questions. Like, what do people go that they need help with? I said, I want you to put that down in a Word document and the answers and send it to me. And then I put that into the system, into the back end. And then we can let it go live. And you know what happens? The first person comes along, asks a question that wasn't in the first 10 questions that we've got. And what happens there is there's a default reply. So the bot will go to a default answer and go, great question. You got me. I don't fully understand that. I'm really sorry, but hey, I'll get Steve to help you. He's really good at this thing. And he'll get back to you as soon as he can. And then I get notified that the default reply has been engaged. And then I can go in, I can look at the question, and then I can put the question and get the answer from my customer and put it into the bot. So a bot, basically, I call it training, but I keep putting in questions and answers. So you can start with 10, you can end up with 40 or 50 questions and answers. It just keeps growing. It's a growing thing, so that you can answer any question that comes your way. So you can put a video in there. You can put a link to Google Maps. You can do audios, you can put photos. There's a whole range of different things you can put on there that make it interactive. So here's some of my books that I give away. So what I'll do is I'll go into a Facebook group and I'll go, hey, who needs more leads? And people go, yeah. And I'll go, if you want my book on how to get new leads, I'll put a link in down below. Put the bot link down below. And as soon as they click that, they go into the system. I can see who they are. And it's just a simple, hey, thanks for requesting my book. Click here to download it. Bang, they've got it straight away. There's no email forms. There's nothing messy. And they've got it straight away. I can, if I want to, using the pro version of ManyChat, it can go into the back of Facebook and extract people's email addresses and phone numbers. It's public knowledge. It's nothing bad. Some people get freaked out and go, how'd you know my email address? But I can put in there and go, hey, Nick, thanks for requesting this. Is this the best email to get you on, or do you have a better one? And it'll pop up with your email address and you'll go, yep, that's okay. Bang, it's in the system. You go, hey, what about this? Is this your best phone number? Bang, up comes your mobile number or whatever. Oh, yeah, that's fine, thanks. It's in the system. I can then use Zapier to take that email and phone number and information and send it straight to my CRM system and put you into the CRM system. It's all done automatically. I put one post up, here's my book. You can get 50, 200, 300 people go, I want that book, I want that book. It's just bang, 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 bang. I'm off getting lunch or doing something else. The system is working. The system's sending it out and making it all happen without me. Once you set it up, it's done. This is a classic. Years ago, I found an American company that had a review system. And I think they charged me something like $400 a month, and they gave me 10 spots that I could sell to people, and it got reviews for people. So you give them a link and they go, hey, if you click here, you can go to my Google page or my Facebook page or wherever, and you can give me a 5-star review. And if they were going to give a bad review, it would divert them back to the customer and go, hey, this guy was only going to give you 2 stars. You need to talk to him and find out what the problem is before we put the bad review up. And it was a great system, but people didn't want to pay me the money, US dollars, to use the system. So I've worked out how to do it with a bot. So we can do exactly the same thing. So if you've got if you've had customers that you've had dealings with and you've built a website or you've done whatever, you can send them a link and go, hey, thanks for your business. I really appreciate it. Would you mind giving me a review? Because it helps others find out how awesome we are. It really helps our business as well. And they just click and it'll come up with the star buttons. If they click 2 stars for whatever reason, I divert that back to you and you get notified. Hey, this guy, John, was going to give you a bad review. You need to contact him to work out what the problem was. So not only does it save you from getting a bad review, it helps you save a bad customer being out there, because they're going to go, yeah, I used this and it was, it was really bad. It wasn't the experience I thought it was going to be or whatever. So it can save a client, and you can turn them into a happy client and get them to be a 5-star review. So that's something you can do automatically with the bot, have it all set up and ready to go. That's my review bot. So what I've got here, and it was funny that we were talking about QR codes, because the ManyChat has a QR code. And I know when I had my magazine, I had QR codes in the magazine, but no one knew how to use them. And I used to run half-page ads every month. This is a QR code. This, what you have to do, you have to go to the App Store and go to Google or to Apple Play, get this app reader, put it on your phone, then you have to hold it over, and this is how it works. And I tried it for about 6 months and I gave up. Like, seriously, it was just too hard. People just couldn't get their head around it. In Japan, QR codes are just a given. They're everywhere. But like Nick said, since we've had this problem in the last couple of years, people know what a QR code is. Even Woolworths now, you'll go down to the end of the aisle in my local and they've got a QR code. Hey, look at our specials. A lot of people are using the QR codes. When I had my beautician, there was something happening on the Gold Coast a few years ago. I don't know whether it was like the Commonwealth Games or something, but they closed down a lot of Southport because of what was going on with the games. And she got caught up in the middle of it. So she shut for a week or two. She put a QR code on her door. So when customers came and she'd say, can you scan here? And the bot had a conversation with them and it booked them 2 weeks in advance. I'm back on this date. If you want to book an appointment, I can help you with this, or this. So she had this QR code on the window of her shop on the inside of the glass, and that helped her with that. I use it as a business card. I actually had a physical card done up with that and my photo and my name. When people took the photo, so if you take the photo of that now, that will give you my free ebook. So all you have to do is hold your phone up to the QR code, it will register and it'll take you through, it'll show you how the bot works and you'll get the free ebook. Pardon me. So, but the beauty of having it as a business card is you're going to get, not only you're going to educate the people, they're going to have a video, you can show, hey, it's, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get their contact details into the bot system. So you're going to know who they were. Because I don't know about you, but I've done a lot of events where you collect people's business cards and then you've got to sit there and manually put them into your CRM system, or you did have a scanning system. Then you've got to try and remember who the person was and you've got to put a face to the card and it can be a bit messy. So having the QR code, when they scanned my QR code, I got their Facebook profile. So I could see exactly who they were and I could match the two up and then put that into my CRM system with a little photo and the whole lot, and it works really schmick for me. So yeah, there's QR codes, and then this just takes your QR code to another level and automate it. Because what we've found with a bot is people like the interaction. They like to be able to have a conversation and talk with people. Like I've got a 17-year-old son and he'll say to me, I want a pizza. And I'll go, well, go ring and order one. I don't want to ring. I said, well, if you don't want to ring, go online and order it. And he doesn't want to pick up the phone and ring it for a pizza. He'll want me to do it. I get a lot of people in my DMs that go, hey, Steve, we can do this for you and we can get you under $20,000 a month, blah, blah, blah. Is it worth 5 minutes of your time? And I'm like, you don't even know if I'm like who I am, what I'm doing, whether it's of interest to me. So it's not going to help me at all. You're going to waste a whole lot of time talking to the wrong person. So that's going to lead me to the pre-qualifying bot, because what that does is if someone's interested and they go, I want to do this, I'll go, do you mind clicking here and answering a few questions for me? And they go, okay. You send them the link and I'm going to go in the back end ManyChat and I'm going to show you my pre-qualifying bot system. So what it is, it's a series of questions, and depending on which button they press, takes them down to a different lot of questions and answers. So at the end of it, I can know who's ready to buy now and who's got the money for it and who's just looking and whatever. So the hot lead get sent to me and I can talk to them. The other leads go into the email automation system in for a nurturing of a cycle of emails. Years ago, I built this for a guy down on the coast who does first home loans for people. And he was spending a lot of time talking to young couples that wanted a home loan that weren't going to qualify. And he said, Steve, I'm wasting hours every day talking to all the wrong people. And I said, I'll automate it for you. And I built him this pre-qualifying bot for his first home loans, saved him a fortune. He could go out and play golf and, and do the other work. And the bot was looking after it all for him. So this is the beauty of having something like a pre-qualifying bot. Okay. And people don't like getting on sales tools. They feel pressured. They go, no, I don't want to talk to you. It's like going to a car yard. A lot of people go to a car yard after hours or on a Sunday when there's no salesman there. So they don't want the guy running going, hey, you want to buy a car? But they don't want to be pressured into it. So a lot of people go, oh, Steve, I'll give you this. And I go, mate, just send me an email or shoot me a message and I'll have a look at it. If I'm interested, I'll get back to you. Because if it's not doing what I want to do, there's no point in me wasting half an hour on the phone or on Zoom or whatever with you pressuring me to try and get this system or whatever you're trying to sell me. It's just not going to happen. The next thing that I do with my bot is what I call a quiz bot. And you can do this two ways. You can do it for fun, and you can have you can add points and then deduct points for wrong answers and give people their score. Or you can use it for your business to work out what your customers want for the future or what they expected. And it's a fun interactive way of finding out information that's going to help you with planning the next lot of your work with your business. You say, you could be thinking of introducing something new, put it into the bot and it can ask them, and it's non-threatening. So like, hey, John, hey, thanks for clicking this. I was thinking of adding this to my repertoire. What do you think? Yes, no, or maybe, or whatever. And depending on what they say is where they end up at the rest of the questions. So it's non-threatening, it's a bit of fun, and it's a quick way of getting some really good information from your customers. All right, sales funnel. We've all seen ClickFunnels, or most of us have seen ClickFunnels, where they have their upsells, downsells, and all the rest of it. And a lot of long pages, a lot of information in their funnels. I can build a sales funnel in my bot really quickly and easily. I can sell products direct from the bot. I can set up my PayPal account. So if I was selling like t-shirts, for instance, I can say, are you interested in a red shirt, blue shirt, white shirt, yellow shirt, blue shirt, bang. What size? Small, medium, large, medium, bang. Okay, it's $14.95. Click here to buy now, bang, done. That could be happening at 1 o'clock in the morning with someone who's in America that's found this amazing shirt that you've got for sale. And it's all done directly through the bot without you having to touch a thing. And it's straight through PayPal, and it's a sale for you when you wake up in the morning. Okay, so there's my bot training, which is what I do with helping people with their bots. A few years ago, I used to do some training at the Southport Yacht Club when I first really got into the Aussie Chatbot, and I had a lady come up who was a masseuse, and she sat down and went through all the things we could do with the bot. And at the end of it, she came up, shows, I tried to build a bot and I've been 3 weeks at it now and I just can't get it to work. I don't get it. It's just too hard. Can you fix it for me? So I went to a salon, I had a look at it, got into the back end of it. I went, I'll have to redo it. What you've got, it's just not connected up. It's not going to work. I can sit down and organize a bot for you. We'll go through it and I'll make it happen. And she went, okay. So we built that. She said it was the best thing she ever did. She loved it. All her friends loved getting onto her bot. And again, she said, 9 o'clock at night, people get on to book an appointment and look at what she's done. It had all the different massages, the pricing, how long it went for, what you got. She had video. She had a whole range of things there. And people were clicking and booking a time for the next day to get their massage. So she'd go into work at 8:30 and she's got a couple of appointments already done from the previous night. And because it's her actual booking, the booking she already had already blocked out. So it worked really well for her. So that's basically how we build a bot. And I'm giving away a prize tonight, but what I want to do is show you the back end of the bot, if I can do it. Let me have a look over here. I'll drag this over and see if it works. So you'll have to let me know if you can see it. Can you see that?
I think, no, oh, yes, you have. Yes, that's good.
Is that okay? Okay, so here's the ManyChat back end of my dashboard. Okay, this is something I built the other day that I tested my one time. So this is how we start. The difference between a bot and your website is a bot has to have a flow. It has to have like a yin and a yang. It has to have a beginning and an end. A website, you click homepage, goes to the homepage. Then you click the next page, it opens the next page. This has to click to something else to click to something else. Otherwise, it's going to stop. So it's got to keep going. So what I've done here, okay, so here's my first question. What type of business are you in? So they've got all their answers here: coaching, services, affiliate, or whatever. Depending on their answer, they go to this next one, or they go down to this one. So, and depending on that, they go to the next one and the next one. So they all link up. So I'll go into here and I'll show you to edit the flux and I can move it around. And then I just move them around. So see that now it's got, that one goes to there. This answer goes down to here. And that goes into here. And here's my tag, took the offer. Okay, so that's how that works. So this then comes into this one. This one comes into here. All the others go up to here. And it's just a continual all the way through. Again, with different answers and different tags until we get to the end. I want to join or no, not interested. And then we go back to this one here. And sometimes I try and do it so that I can use the same answer twice and just make my life a little bit easier and go with the next step. So that's a small kind of flow for some questions and answers on the bot, on the back end. So it's just clicking. As you can see, I can put photos, videos, and a whole range of things in there as well to help people get the right answers. So I'll publish that again in case someone clicks on it. So has anyone got any questions that on Messenger? I confused everybody. I get in trouble for being too confusing and talking too quickly.
Well, there is a comment there, Steve, that no questions. I'm just wowed.
So tonight I'm going to give a free QR bot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a QR code for you, give you the link to it so you can print it or link it up and print it up and run through it. So you can use it to give away something or to go to a landing page or do whatever you want with it.
All right. So what we'll do is if anyone's got any questions, now's your time to ask. What have we got? I love it for an ascension model for my program. Absolutely. Great for people that have got programs there to take people through an experience. That'd be right, wouldn't it, Steve?
Yeah. I've got one on my website. I put a button on my website and I'll say, you know, if you want one of my ebooks, click here. You can, it's just a matter of a button. So if it's a course or whatever, you can say, if you want to know more about my course, click here and you can answer and the questions like that.
So we did have a question, talking about your books there, Steve, did have a question in chat there as to where they can get your books. So obviously that's from your website through the bot, is that right?
Yeah, my Steve Pfister website, stevepfister.com, stevedpfister.com has got a lot of my books. If you scan that QR code that I had before, that will give you my book on DMs. That's one of my it's not so much a pet hate at the moment. DMs are a really hot topic in some of the coaching groups I'm in, and people are really getting narky about people. They're trying to sell me in DM marketing. Hello, that's what it's there for. You know, a lot of people are there talking and interacting, and we're all in business. So at the end of the day, you know that they're going to talk to you about what they're going to sell. It's just how they go about it. Some people will just do a massive copy and paste and just go bang before they even talk to you and go, this is what I've got, are you interested? Yes or no? And for me, that's basically like your telemarketers of days gone by where they ring up and go, hey, we're going to do this. Are you interested or not? No. For them, it's just a numbers game. They just put it out there, copy paste it. If they get a few, happy days. If they don't, then they don't care. But a lot of, and the other people, there's one lady I had trying to sell me Bitcoin. She comes from England. And she talked to me for 3 weeks. And I'm like, what does this lady want? Like, you know, and in the end she said, are you interested in Bitcoin? I went, not really. If you'd asked me 3 weeks ago, you would have saved a whole lot of problems and not wasted all this time. So there's a fine line with DM marketing as to when you start the conversation. And it's no different to when I used to knock on doors and go and talk to someone cold turkey, you know, when I was out repping in the middle of New South Wales and you know, have a conversation, get to know them a little bit, and then go, well, this is what I'm here for. And they're either yes or no. And then it's done without dragging it out for too long. So that's my bit on DM marketing. And I've got a book on it, so it's up there. But it's also up on my stevepfister.com website.
All right. And I've just dropped that link to the website into chat for anyone that wants it. So probably now's a good time to save the chat with those 3 little dots. So you've got that link there as well too. Here we go. I've got a question from Con asking, how long does it take you on average to write an ebook?
It depends. Like the last book I did was, I think, 19 pages, and I probably spent a few hours on it.
Actually, I can answer that question too, Con. I wrote one today and it took me most of today to write it. So it doesn't take too long. Another question here is, does this link to other CRMs?
Yes, I use Zapier. So as long as the CRM system you're using connects with Zapier, you can connect it. What I should have said was, just because it's a messenger bot doesn't mean that you only use it in Messenger and Facebook. You can put it up on YouTube. I've used it on LinkedIn, because all it basically needs is a URL link area. So if you can put a link somewhere live, you can put your bot there. So if you've got a YouTube channel and you've got you've got your opening page where you can put all the information, you can put a link there and get people into your bot. So it's a really good way of basically just marketing and getting people into your system from anywhere.
All right.
Hey, can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Ron Peer here, Steve. I'm still just trying to understand a little bit about this with Messenger. So when people go to use Messenger for the first time, do they automatically come through to you, or do they have to sign through, or how does that actually work?
It depends. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll get the bot first up, and it will go, hi, thanks for clicking. You know, Steve's not here at the moment, or I think I put that there. I can't remember what I put now. I changed it, but it comes through to the bot, because I want to get them onto the bot, because that way I've captured their information. But I can take over the conversation at any time.
So they can automatically talk to you through that messenger. That just happens.
Yeah, on message. They can automatically talk to me. They can automatically talk to me. Yeah, I can take over from the bot at any time.
And with the bot, with the different types, you mentioned quizzes and different types of bots that you're getting, and you showed your flow chart there. Like with the quiz, is that just a matter of changing the wording on the bot at certain times for that quiz to work? Is it the same flow chart for all the
No, they're all different because they all do different things. Like the quiz bot, I can do the same. I can make a template for my quiz bot, and then if someone says I want a quiz bot, I can give them that. But you've still got to change it. It's like getting, like Nick would get, or people get a template for their website. They get the basic template, but then they change photos and change words and all those sorts of things. It's the same. The bots that I've showed you there, I build from scratch. I open a card, I type in there, I open a button, I click it to the next one, and I go through the process. So they're all custom built right from scratch. It doesn't take me very long. I've been doing it for a long time. And it's what I really enjoy doing. It sounds strange, but I really enjoy putting something together and watching it all work. My original Aussie Chatbot site is still working 5 years down, and I haven't been able to get access to it for 2 years because I got kicked out of Facebook. That's a whole nother story.
Steve, is there sort of a general rule as to how long people will answer questions? Do you go for just a series, or just like if you're doing quizzes, when do people sort of wear out?
Yeah, and that's what we found with the Just Better Care form. They started with 15 questions, and I said that's way too long. You'll find like 6 to 9 questions is plenty big enough. I always say it's like with an email form. If you go first name, last name, suburb, people just go too hard, too much. If you go name, email, they'll do it. If you go name, email, phone number, they'll do it. The idea is to use the least amount of questions you can to get the information you want. So be really careful with the questions you ask to get what you want and keep them interactive. I add GIFs inside there. The little moving GIFs. Like I've got one where there's a little kid splashing in the water and going crazy. It just breaks it up and gives them a bit of a laugh, and it gets them on to the next question. So that makes it a bit more interesting than just bang, 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 question after question.
Yeah, I can see you could do a lot of fun things with this.
Yeah.
Steve, it's Connie. I just clicked on that QR code and went to Messenger, and I like the way you do things. You drip feed it, so you keep me engaged. And I just got the message that says, "Hey, it's me again. 2 minutes ago, you did this."
Yes.
Is that sort of digital marketing 101, or is that Steve Pfister's approach?
That's my approach. I set up a what we call a sequence. So what I do is I build out a sequence of and it's good for websites. It's just a tag and an add to sequence. So if someone goes to your website and asks a question, an hour later you can go, boom. Hey, I noticed you're on my website before. Did you have all your questions answered, or is there anything I can help you with? And I go, my goodness, that's nice. They care. They've come back to contact me. And that way you say, did you download my free ebook? If you want my free ebook, click here. And I go, I'm getting something as well. So that's part of my marketing strategy of what I do with my systems.
It's obviously effective, right?
Yes. Yeah. I did a breakfast, like a KBN type breakfast scenario. And there's probably 40 people in the room, and I got them to scan a QR code, and it was set to go off 20 minutes later. And I was standing there talking, and around the room between ping, 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 the whole room went crazy with people's phones pinging. And I went, no, it must be 20 minutes.
That's more like ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Thanks, Steve. Thank you. Thanks, Steve.
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks, Steve, for that information. You've absolutely inspired me now to have a look at these bots again. I have had a play around with them, but you are obviously the master of it all. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you if they want to chat further about it?
They can go to the Steve Pfister website there, or in my Facebook page, Steve D. Pfister. And there, talk to me through that.
Fantastic. If they're on your website, there's obviously a link there which will take them to the bot, and so the conversation will start.
Yes, yeah, I've got a messenger down the bottom corner. They can talk to.
Excellent.
Our contact.
Excellent. Excellent. All right.
Excellent.
Thank you. Well, let's give Steve a huge round of applause for all of the information he shared here tonight. I do have to apologise for stealing his thunder this afternoon when I did my Facebook Live, where we just had a quick chat beforehand. And yeah, it seems like we're on the same page with it all as well too. So yeah, thanks very much, Steve, for that tonight. Thank you for tuning in and listening to the Business Owners Smashing It Online podcast. You can also find me on social media and online. Just search for Business Owners Smashing It Online and Nick Cree, spelled Nickcree, all one word. If you like this and want to hear more, subscribe now. Until next time, don't be a slave to your business. Get your business working for you.